So you're thinking about making a move to Washington, but you're not quite sure on property taxes. Well, if that is you, then you're gonna stick around because today we're gonna dive right into that. YouTube user at Mark Davis said, your high property taxes are going to make you have to move. And I gotta tell you, that kind of got me thinking. I know Mark might feel a certain way, but is that true? Are these high property taxes in Washington gonna force you to move? Are they even actually high compared to other states? Let's find out. We're getting after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Washington State, eating, breathing, sleeping, drinking, playing, having fun, and whatever else, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can be the first to know about what's going on right here in our local market. And just so you know, Chris, myself, and the team, we're getting phone calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move out to Washington State. So whether you're looking at making a move in 9 days or 90 days, shoot us a phone call, text, or an email so we can help you make that smooth move out to Washington. All right, so what even is property tax? Well, property tax is an assessed tax on typically real estate or other personal property like cars and boats that comes at an assessed value by a local government. So essentially that means if you were to move to Washington and own property, you would then be eligible to pay property tax on that property. But now, what about what Mark said? Remember, we're all gonna go broke and have to move out because Washington's property tax is terrifying. Let's get actually into the numbers on this. Hawaii, in this instance, actually carries the lowest property tax of any state in the United States. Now, there is not a great deal of jobs and the cost of living is super high. So while your property taxes are the lowest in the entire United States, it does still make it very hard to live. Now, what are the most expensive? That's clearly gonna be Washington. No, it is actually New Jersey. The average homeowner in New Jersey pays roughly $10,000 a year in property taxes. I was also very highly surprised to see Texas in this category. Now, not so much necessarily by the flat property tax in and of itself, but more of the addition of additional taxes like taxes for schools and other special assessments. So where do we stand here in Washington? Well, we actually came in as number 29 this last year. So roughly right around the middle of all the states in the United States. This, of course, means I think Mark might have not been dead on it with saying that our property taxes are going to break you if you decide to move to Washington State. The national average for property tax sits around 1%. Washington ranges anywhere from 0.84 to 0.94% of the average value of the property. That makes the math pretty simple. All you gotta do is find out your county, and of course there are a lot of options for tax calculators online. Okay, well, what if one day our local government decides they're just gonna jack property tax up through the roof? I get it. You hear me saying property taxes aren't that crazy here in Washington, but they could change, right? Actually, there is a constitutional law written into the Washington State Constitution that forbids the raising of property tax by any more than 1% a year based on a property's true value. That should actually be super reassuring if you're moving to the Evergreen State or if you already live here, knowing that your property taxes aren't gonna go up any more than that. And that's actually not it either. There are actually a lot of programs out there for people who live in Washington State that might be special populations who can actually get breaks on their property tax. For example, there is a program out there for widows and widowers of United States veterans. There are programs out there for people with special needs. And this comment that Mark came in on and talked about was on a video about retiring in Washington. So of course I immediately wanted to look into this as well. And believe it or not, there is a program out there that can give you tax deductions and safeties based on local programs if you are a retired person and you own a home in Washington and you reside here primarily full-time, and your income is what they consider less than tier 3. Now what they are, there's 3 tiers of income. They are disposable, which means obviously that is the income you make minus taxes and expenses and whatever is left over. Now right here in Pierce County in the greater Tacoma area, this is going to be about $45,000 to $50,000. All right, so there you have it. We sit at number 29 across the board nationally for property taxes. Our property taxes can't go up more than 1% a year based on the true value of a property. We're below the national average, less than 1%. No, I do. Properties here are expensive. Cost of living here is high. But between the lower property tax and advantages like no state income tax, I still believe Washington is a good place to reside and even retire to. So, like I said, Chris, myself, and the team, we are getting phone calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make the move out to Washington State. If you have any questions about taxes or anything else, or moving out here, shoot me a phone call, text, or an email. I'd be happy to help you make that smooth move out to Washington. And until next time, I can't wait to get out here so I can show you around.